Dairyland Taylor Schaefer, Wisconsin's 75th Alice in Dairyland. And today we are in Janesville, Wisconsin, visiting with Rebout Farm. So thanks for having us. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself?
Doug Rebout. First of all, thank you for coming to our farm. I farm with two brothers and my mother and two nephews on our farm. We were a dairy farm up until March of 2020, along with crops and raising dairy steers. Then we sold the dairy, and now we're focusing more on our crops, our dairy steers, and then we're doing custom heifer raising here. And right now we're got about 500 heifers, about 200 dairy steers, and a little over 4,000 acres.
Well, you ready to go take a look?
I'm ready.
Sounds good. So, Doug, you mentioned that you started once as a dairy farm, but can you talk a little bit more about how dairy really plays a role in beef production here in Wisconsin?
Yeah, like I said, we were a dairy farm up until 3 years ago, and that's how we got started raising our Holstein steers. Is we had them on the farm instead of selling them as bull calves. We decided to raise them up, and that way we had our meat in the freezer and also had stuff to sell to other people. Over the years, as we kind of expanded and, got some other farms, we had space for other steers. So besides raising our own, we started buying in young ones at about 400 or 500 pounds and raising them up. So we went from, at one time we were raising 30, and now we're raising about 200 a year. It's worked out really well for us. It was very important to have our own supply first and kind of get started that way. All my nieces and nephews grew up most of them have grown up on the farm and, came out and helped milk and helped raise the calves and, drive tractors and stuff. A couple of them have decided to stay, and the rest decide to kind of go off and do other things.
Well, I'm really interested to hear a little bit more about all the crops that you raise and the land that you have here. So let's take a look at that now.
All right.
So beef farmers and ranchers are always really focused on creating a high quality product while also being very sustainable at the same time. Can you talk a little bit about how you do that here on your farm?
Yeah, on our farm, like I said, we raise a little over 4,000 acres, which is great because for the beef, we get to raise all of our own feed for them. So we want that high quality feed for our animals that we have here and, for the products that we sell. And so here on our farm, we try to be as sustainable as possible. We try not to work up that land. For corn, we're doing strip tilling, just working up that little strip, putting all of our fertilizer and everything right there in that strip. And with our soybeans, we come in and we no-till those in. So that way we're leaving that soil, as good as we can. And so we're not getting the runoff. We're leaving all those nutrients right there. And with the strip tilling, like I said, we're putting that fertilizer there, and then we come back in. And with today's technology and GPS, we can plant the seed right back in those strips, so that way it goes down and finds all that fertilizer and everything. And we found for us that it's been working great. And it's, really protecting our soil. We have very little runoff, and it's, been working really good for us.
So for you, how does the quality of your crops really translate to the quality of feed for your animals?
Well, just like us, when we're eating, we want that, good quality feed. We want to have the best food that we put in us to keep us healthy. With our steers and our heifers, it's the same thing. We want to give them that good quality feed. So we go and we raise certain types of corn and stuff. So that way it's better for the animal compared to what we sell to the market. And then we have a nutritionist come in and analyze all this feed to make sure that we're getting the right amounts to them and stuff. I mean, it's no different than someone going to a dietitian, and it's nutritionist. It's the same thing. It's a dietitian for cows. And so we know we're feeding them, and the feed that we're raising on our farm, the corn, the hay and stuff, you look for that top quality because the better quality, the better the animals are going to grow. So our feed, it's mostly high moisture shell corn, ground up high moisture shell corn. And then a little bit of hay, a little bit of corn silage, the chopped up corn stalk. And then we also put a little bit of straw in there for roughage for them. With so much corn in their diet, their liners in their stomach get a little weak. And so you feed the straw, so it kind of scratches it and, just makes that lining a little tougher. This is why, they have college courses on all this stuff And a lot of farmers have college degrees because it's not just go out there with a pitchfork and hop in a tractor, turn a key. There is so much technology in everything from, what we're feeding them to how we grow them to running our equipment and everything that you have to have knowledge. And just like any other business, you keep going to different seminars and different things because there's always more stuff to learn. The better we take care of them, the healthier they're going to be, the better that the quality of that meat's going to be on those animals. And so that's why we work with nutritionists, we work with veterinarians. We are taking care of them. They are like our kids, and we want what's best for them.
And you mentioned working with a nutritionist and also a veterinarian to ensure that your animals are as healthy and well taken care of as possible. But how does that relationship really look like with your family and those experts?
Well, we have team meetings and stuff. So, and with our family, everyone's kind of around the animals at all times. So we see if there's one not looking good, I may miss it. So one of my brothers or nephews may see it. And then we have team meetings and, with our nutritionists, with our veterinarians. So that way everyone's on the same page. So we know what's going on. And it's not just me doing one thing and my brother's doing another thing. The more in sync we are, the better it is for our animals and for our farm.
So we are in America's Dairyland, but can you talk about that relationship really between dairy and beef and how that really plays a role in our farms in Wisconsin?
Yeah, like I said, America's Dairyland, so we have a lot of cows here in Wisconsin. As the cows are calving, you're going to get a fair number of your bull calves, and you need a place to go with those. All over the state, these Holstein steers are being raised because it is good quality feed, and we have them here. We have that supply of those animals here, and it's just so nice and easy. And taking care of a Holstein steer compared to a Angus steer, there's really not that much difference. Different personalities and stuff like that. But like on our farm, we were a dairy farm, so we knew the Holsteins, we knew how to do it, and that's why we kind of stuck with it. Because like I said, there is that supply of them out there.
And dairy makes up about 20% of all of the beef here.
Anyone that raises beef, no matter what kind it is, they do a great job of it. Here on our farm, we are BQA certified, beef quality assurance, making sure that we're taking the best care of our animals possible and we're treating them right. And there's this program set up to help teach us because like I said before, we're always trying to learn, always trying to do what's best. And every year there's little changes, and the BQA program is great at that. You watch these videos, you take a test to make sure that you did learn it right. And then we get a certificate saying that we accomplished this, that we went through this program and that we are doing the right thing. And that's just another little stepping stone for us and for farmers all across the state that to show that we are doing the right thing. It's a volunteer program, and I choose to do it because, like I said, I want to be able, as I'm talking to neighbors and consumers and people wherever I'm at, I want to be able to say, yes, I am constantly trying to learn to make sure that what I'm doing is best for our animals and best for everyone else that's involved. I'm proud of the fact that as I'm selling beef to my neighbors and stuff like that, I can say, come out to the farm, look at them, see what we're doing, see that these animals are taken care of.
Do you have a favorite part about your job?
Just being outside. That's my favorite part. My office is, I look out, I'm either in a tractor or doing something. I get to see wildlife. I get to see the sunrises. I get to see the sunsets. And then also just being able to have our family right here with us. My daughter, having her be able to come out and ride in the tractor, my nieces and nephews. We're a very close family, and just having that family around is so meaningful to us.
Why do you choose to eat beef?
It's a quality food. It's got that nutrition and everything, and it tastes good. And I know how it's raised because I'm raising it here on my farm. I'm eating my own beef. And even when I go to restaurants, I know that beef has been taken care of. I mean, any meat you get, no matter what kind it is, raised on a farm that they're taken care of and that they're raised right. But I love that, just the taste of it and the nutritional value of the beef. And that's why beef and steaks those are my favorite foods.
Thank you for joining us today on a tour of Rebout Farms, and thanks so much for having us again to learn a little bit more about what you are doing here down in Janesville. Now, if you would like to learn a little bit more about how beef is raised, visit beeftips.com.